Washington and the early days of the Trump administration. As we saw again, an apparent dramatic shift just a few hours ago in the White House policies. The White House announcing it had, quote, rescinded a controversial memo issued late Monday, which called for a freeze on some federal funding. Channel 2's Ron Plants has been following this for us and also spoke with a UB political science professor for his views.
Dueling memorandums flying out of the White House late Monday. The original memo calls for the freeze on federal funding with later clarifications. And then this afternoon, notice of this memo, which rescinded that original policy from the White House Office of Management and Budget. Through the media, talk of a funding freeze drew confusion and sharp outrage from Democrats. And this afternoon, we heard more from President Trump and Democratic senators as they felt the original intent of a serious review of government spending was still in place.
Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid have not been affected by any action we're taking in any way, shape, or form. We are merely looking at parts of the big bureaucracy where there has been tremendous waste and fraud and abuse.
They're still trying to do this. Now, they felt the heat from the American people. We helped explain to the American people how bad this was.
Despite differing political strategies and even court battles over the legality of it all, an observer at UB mentioning the political trial balloon tactic.
They do this in a variety of different ways. Sometimes they'll have a strategic leak about here's what the policy is going to look like, and they wait to see the reaction to it. Perhaps in an ideal world, they get some of their political opponents to go off on it, and then they temper it.
And remember, this administration spoke openly of creating an unofficial department of government efficiency.
This is one of those, check the box of this is what I said I was going to do, this is what I'm going to try to do, and even if it's not ultimately successful or if they have to walk it back, they can always say, look, I tried, but the deep state thwarted me in these efforts, or the Democrats thwarted me in these efforts.
Finally, on government spending.
Federal budget cycles and granting cycles, it takes a while. So it's not like you can just really turn off the tap. Now, there have been times where, say, through Congress, they have basically paused entire disciplines from getting money. But typically, if something is already in the works, it's usually allowed to move forward.
And Dr. Nyheisel there says fasten your seatbelt, expect more unusual moves to come in Washington. On your side, Ron Plants, Channel 2 News.